Welcome to the PK Soul Show. Welcome to the PK Soul Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to PK Social.
Hello, welcome back.
I'm Tammy.
And I am Amber, and we are discussing Greenleaf. And the first one that we have not discussed yet is when Zora decides she wants to run away with her abusive boyfriend. So, let's see. On this particular episode, it opens up. Zora is basically arguing with Lady May as they are walking up the driveway. Well, actually, as Zora is walking up the driveway and Lady May is kind of chasing after her. Finally, Jacob and Carissa show up, and they had decided they were going to come get Zora, but little did they know, Zora had already decided, I'm 18 now, I'm getting away from all of you. So anyway, they are all standing there now, Lady May, Jacob, Carissa, pretty much begging this girl to stay. And then finally someone thinks to ask her, you know what, if we're your parents and we're here, Lady May is here, who are you even leaving with? You have this suitcase. You're telling the guard to open the gate. Who are you leaving with? Right when they ask her that, good old Isaiah comes up and she runs and gets in the car with him. He immediately whips his phone out. I guess, I don't know if he did that for his protection or whatever. Basically, like, I'm recording y'all. Like, don't try anything.
He definitely did.
Like, he knew Jacob was going to.
Yes, he knew her dad would get out of control.
Because he hit her.
So he was ready.
Jacob hit Isaiah before, I think.
Yes, on the last season, when he found out that at the ball, at the cotillion, when he found out that he was hitting Zora.
Yeah, so I guess Isaiah was being cautious. Well, I'm saying with the camera, I guess he caught himself being cautious. He went live, like, y'all are on live, don't try anything. Joy ends up, not Joy, Charity. Charity ends up pulling up while this whole charade is going on. And to me, honestly, this whole scene was a charade. I mean, I understand Zora is 18 now, but I just don't see how their mindset, she's grown, we can't keep her from leaving. I definitely feel like at 18, I would not have tried anything like that because I know my parents would have jacked me up whether I wanted to.
Right.
I don't know. It was just like,
out of respect for your parents.
Right.
What in your mind thinks it's okay? At least do it in the middle of the night.
She did it in broad daylight.
You did it when everybody woke up. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. And I'm not saying that's not my suggestion either, but
right.
So it just proves this, this is just TV.
Yeah. So to me, this part of the show was like, okay, y'all doing this for dramatic effect because in real life,
now some children do run away.
I mean, they do, but I just feel like at that moment, somebody should have just jacked her up and it would have been all done. Like,
right.
So anyway, Isaiah even acts out. Carissa gives her daughter. So finally they give in. She's like, well, at least if you're going to leave, have this phone so you can contact me, blah, blah, blah. Isaiah takes the iPhone, throws it out the window, and they drive off.
Yeah. It was just a bit much.
Yeah.
At that point, I probably would have. I felt bad for Jacob because I know Jacob wanted to just jack him at that point when he threw the phone out the window.
I feel like the only reason he didn't is because he was on live social media.
Right.
But, okay, so that scene was a bit much. I guess it was just a very dramatic way for them to show us Zora is officially an adult and she is going to do what she wants to do. What I did also notice, the next scene, once Zora is gone, Jacob and Carissa, they go inside the house. So they're at Bishop's and Lady May's house because that's where Zora was staying while she was on punishment. And during all this commotion, Tasha Skanks, who is the former First Lady at Triumph, who has stayed around to help Jacob and Carissa, she texts Jacob. He looks at the phone and he deletes the message. So basically, he and Tasha have this inappropriate friendship, I guess, so to speak. And it just shows Jacob, I don't want to say he's back in his old ways, but to me, that's something he would have done back when he was cheating. Like, he would have deleted the text, just just to make sure nothing ever comes up to where, even though he says there's nothing going on, we're just friends, I feel like that move was a guilty move to delete the text. She didn't say anything inappropriate from what I remember, but I guess it's just the fact that, she sent him a text message, especially during a time like this when he's having an entire family moment.
Oh, that just makes you think. She probably texts him on the regular. He's just in a heated family
they haven't
moment.
showed it, but that could be the conclusion that you come to. Like, okay, y'all text as friends or
right,
whatever.
It's just at a very
she
inconvenient
just happened
time.
to text at the wrong time. That could very well be it. So maybe that's what the writers want us to think about or want to put in our heads. Like, okay, they have a close friendship outside of work that has made it to the text messages. So
right.
Also on this episode, we see that Grace is still helping. There's a white lady, I think her name on the show is like Cora Lee or something like that. She killed her husband in self-defense. Grace is still helping her with that, which infuriates Lady Mae because she feels like with everything going on in the family, why would Grace go and bring this type of attention to them by helping a lady who some see as, no, you just murdered your husband in cold blood, rather than a few of the people, including Grace, who feel sorry for her. They feel like she's the victim, and basically they're going to throw her under the jail, even though in her mind, or in Grace's mind, this was complete self-defense. Lo and behold, when Grace is helping this murderess, as Lady Mae calls her, to get out of jail on bail, Rochelle shows up. So now we see that Rochelle is going to play a major part in defending this lady or getting this lady a good defense team. And it made me wonder too, we all know Rochelle is trouble whenever she comes around. Mm-hmm. But it also made me wonder, like, what exactly are they trying to do by involving Rochelle in this very high profile case? And what I mean is I feel like the writers, like, do they want us to feel like she's a good person or she has a good heart, or...
Well, this is another way for Rochelle to kind of infiltrate herself into the family. She's starting with, she knows there's no way she'll ever be cool with Lady Mae. So
this is true.
Another strategy could be, let me get cool with Grace. She already has the dad's guard down. Mm-hmm. So it could just be a matter of, because we know her ultimate plot is with Pastor Skanks. So right. With that being said, she's trying to find any and every way to get in on the family side, build the trust of the family so that their plot can continue. Whatever it may be, it will come up in coming episodes. But to me, just being on Grace's side is another way to get one of the Greenleafs, that she needs. She's going to need Grace's approval. She already has the bishop's approval. So I'm glad Grace is smart enough not to trust her.
I guess she wouldn't need Charity because Charity is kind of...
Charity. She
Jacob isn't there. Yeah, Grace is the one that she would need on her team. Jacob is at a whole nother church. Lady Mae is never going to be okay with her presence. Okay, so I can see what they're trying to do. Yes, she needs an ally. So, also on this episode, as I mentioned, Tasha texts Jacob and he deletes the text. So the next thing we see with him, he's back at Triumph in his office. I'm sorry, in Tasha's office. Tasha's in her office. He walks in. She's like, oh, hi, I text you, whatever. And that's when he decides, okay, let's have a talk.
Now, do you think that Tasha is, let's think about what she's really doing. Is Tasha attempting to continue the plot of her family, her in-laws, her husband and her sister-in-law, the Skanks? Mm-hmm. Or is she truly, like, at first I thought maybe Tasha really is falling for Jacob. But then I thought this could just be another part of the plot to try to lure Jacob in some more. Since Rochelle is working on the other Greenleafs, maybe this is just Tasha constantly working on Jacob to bring him in, kind of reel him in so that...
This is what I felt about Tasha. I felt as though, yes, initially... she and Rochelle had this huge plan and it was working. What I feel like, especially after watching this episode, I felt this way after a previous episode when it was so hard for Tasha to get Jacob to sign the fake paperwork that Rochelle wanted so she could create like this fake money trail saying that Jacob was doing something wrong. Rochelle was using Tasha to get him to sign the paper, and Tasha, it was really hard for her. Eventually she did stick with the plan. She did get him to sign it, but we saw how she felt bad. You know, she saw him playing with his son and was like, I just couldn't do it. So I said all that to say, I think that Tasha initially was doing this to help Rochelle, but I feel like she really did start to like Jacob. Yeah. Yes. I feel like she was being genuine on this episode, because when he comes in to talk to her, I don't want to say he breaks up with her, but he breaks up with her. That's when he tells her, you know, we're friends, true enough, but we can't be friends like that. And I guess his aha moment was when she texted him at such a horrible time when he's with his wife.
Right. That's the only reason why he got upset, because
now
when Carissa had his phone, that's when he got upset. Had Carissa not had the phone to make the calls about their daughter, I don't think that would have been an issue.
So the phone issue, I forgot about that. After Zora ran away, Carissa had given Zora her phone, which Isaiah threw out the window. So now she needed a phone. She was going to go to Isaiah's parents' house, wait on him to get there, but she was going to need a phone. So of course she asked her husband, babe, let me get your phone. You know, he's like, why? So for about 3 minutes, they're having a dialogue about his phone while somebody needs to be on the way to go get Zora. Like, he, at that moment, acts like a cheater again and turns the situation into, I need my phone. So finally, she shoves him his phone. Like, here, I don't care about that. I'm wondering if then she probably was like, okay,
why are you concerned about your phone when we're trying to find our daughter?
But she didn't have time to focus on it. But I think that probably was her hand. Like, okay, you got something going on.
That was a flag. That definitely was a flag, yeah.
Yes, so like we said, you're right. Jacob probably was more upset that Tasha texted him at the time that she did, rather than the fact that they have this text conversation going on. Anyway, so he tells her, you know, we can't keep contacting each other like this. We need to keep it strictly professional at all times. And she breaks down crying. Like, it literally looks like a breakup scene. So when she breaks down crying, I guess at that moment I felt like, okay, yeah, she was being malicious initially by trying to create whatever it is they had going on. But I do feel like it turned into, man, I really do like him, even though he's clearly married. She technically is still married. Yeah.
It also makes me wonder about, what are you doing with, what has she been doing with her son this whole time? Like, is he not at home? Does he not live with her?
Tasha has a son.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
Isaiah is her son.
I feel like Isaiah is their son. I'm pretty sure Isaiah is their son, because when they first got to the church, that's kind of...
Yeah.
I believe that.
Okay, you might be right. I gotta go review that. Isaiah is their son.
Isaiah, it just, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense to me about the plot with the skanks. I'm just not 100%
No, I don't think Isaiah
sure.
is her son, because while Jacob and Tasha were having this breakup conversation, Carissa was at Isaiah's. What maybe?
She was at the skanks' house, and I'm like, okay.
So his name is Isaiah Skanks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're right. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess this whole time you're right. Maybe I didn't think it was her son, because they don't even show them interacting with one another. Like, the only time we hear about Isaiah is with Zora. You don't ever hear Tasha mention her family outside of Basie when she's talking about how she misses Basie. So okay.
I just think it's just strange how.
Well, she clearly is more focused on Jacob than she is on her own son, because that actually.
I don't even think she realized when Jacob was gone dealing with his son. I think that's what frustrated him too. You blowing my phone up, and your son is with my daughter. Like, she's not even realizing what's going on because she's so concerned about Jacob. It's ridiculous.
True. Yeah, I mean, and I guess I think she kind of knows, like, part of her attraction with him
is what.
Part of her attraction to Jacob, I feel like, it's because her husband is gone. Like, it was just...
Right, so she has no one. So she really feels
she
like
actually has
nothing.
her son. Has she put that same energy?
That's my concern.
You are right.
Is the son not living with her? Is he 18? Did he move out? But he sped to the house.
He did.
He couldn't afford. I'm sure he couldn't afford that house. So it must be his home. He lives at home with his parents. So it's just, I really.
But now it makes me wonder, why didn't Jacob and Tasha ever have the conversation about Isaiah and Dave?
Right.
We never saw a conversation like that.
So
and if you are Zora's father,
that makes me even more skeptical about Tasha. What she's up to, whose side is she really on? Is she really still concerned about her husband's skanks? Because she talked like she hadn't talked to him. She doesn't know where he is. He's missing, or he's out the picture. Not missing.
I guess on this episode, whatever happened between her and Jacob, that's what made her say, I need to get away from here. So maybe that will be good for her. Once she gets away from all the commotion and, really sort things out in her mind, because we don't know where her husband is, which means she probably doesn't know his exact location half the time.
Right.
Her son has now ran away with Zora, which, does she even care? Because honestly, I forgot that was her son. I don't even remember seeing them have that many interactions. So it's like, oh, that's a clear mother-son relationship there. So, so basically Tasha is gone now. After that little breakup scene, she packed her box, packed her Darion duffel bag, whatever, and got on down. So at the end of this episode, after all this commotion has happened, we see Lady Mae at a piano in her home. She's playing a piano. She's drinking some type of liquor, and she's clearly in a zone. She has basically checked out mentally, and I guess this is her moment. The bishop walks in. He sees her, and they have a conversation about everything that has transpired through the episode. Basically, Zora has ran away and they're all frantic, and he pretty much feels some type of way, feeling as though they should have called him to get the police involved, even though the women, which is Carissa and Lady Mae, feel like, no, we don't need to get the police. They're 18. We need to figure this out on our own. We can talk to them. Maybe we can talk sense to them, whatever. So the bishop walks in and he's pretty much questioning Lady Mae. They get into an argument. Well, I don't want to say argument, but they get into a discussion where basically she blames him. It goes back to their divorce. The conversation goes from the kids to their divorce, and she feels that he should have waited on her to decide to forgive him rather than them be at the position they are now, which is the brewing divorce that has been going on the entire episode. So during that scene, once again, I feel like I see where Lady Mae was coming from, even though it sounds ridiculous. I do kind of see her point. Maybe they should have just been patient with each other. Maybe the family wouldn't be in such a disarray that it's in, especially now it's trickled down from the kids to the grandkids. Now Zora is having a whole moment where she would rather be with her abusive boyfriend than with her family who cares
and I don't think that Zora is attempting to intentionally be a part of an abusive relationship. I feel like she's misguided. She's young. Young people make stupid mistakes. We all have. But I think it's a stretch to say that her family, she's going through her little rough patch because of her influences of her family. I do think that does have some influence on her.
Feel like,
because I've heard commentary,
she's a misguided teenager than it is her family problem.
I really do think so. I don't think the family problems help, but she's 18. She knows the difference between right and wrong, but it doesn't help to see certain things in the family. It doesn't help to even with what she's going through. When she had the whole issues with the money, stealing the money. I think she's just acting out. Yeah. Zora's just acting out. She's a teenager acting out. So, I don't think, because I don't really see the family putting the children in the issues. When they fight, it's usually not when the children are around. So I don't feel like
that's true. But I feel like she's probably heard enough.
She definitely has heard enough by the time she's reached 18.
I feel like she pretty much realizes they're dysfunctional, which is why she wanted
to do, to me, if she understood what was going on truly, or if she cared enough to understand, she wouldn't I can see her having more tension against her father than her mother. She's completely rejecting her whole family.
Right.
So I don't think it's a matter of those influences. They have something to do with the decisions she's making. For one, she in love. She got
well, yeah, and maybe that's what we're
she,
forgetting.
Yeah, she's
we are
just
forgetting.
trying to be in a relationship.
Yeah, she
and
just
most
wants to be
teenagers
with him.
go through the extremes to be with the one they love, especially your first. So, she's dealing with that, and I think that's more of an issue than she's dealing with the psychological issues of her dad being a cheater and her granddad. I don't think it's even that deep. I think it's just Zora's in love and she's trying to be with the boy she loves, and he's her first. So they attempt really hard to continue. So, what do you think? I really, this episode was
interesting. Yeah, it wasn't like ooh,
Yeah.
but I do like how they show us what Zora is going through. Do you kind of feel sorry for her? Do you feel like she just needs to get jacked up? I think they did a good job of explaining, okay, at this point she's rejecting her family and she's choosing this guy who has been abusive and will probably be abusive again. So
right.
It was pretty interesting. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Great. Thank you all so much.
Come back next week and go to the next episode, of course. So contact us at thepksocial@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, The PK Social. Thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in.